What's good, everybody? It's your boy TCS Trey. Today we're doing a McDonald's mukbang. I never thought I would say those words. Today I'm kicked out of the house for a couple hours. I will not disclose as to why, but either way I had to find something to do. I figured I'd go get some lunch, but I didn't want to get out of my car because I'm a lazy piece of trash. So of course I went through the drive-thru and got a nice meal from Mickey D's. Hashtag not sponsored, by the way. Anyways, let me show you the order. So I've got my main sandwich here. It's my Big Mac, no shredded lettuce. Why am I talking like that? Yeah, so I like my Big Macs with no lettuce, personally. Not a fan of McDonald's lettuce. So I got that. I got a large fry, which I'm gonna leave in the bag because I don't want my fries spilling out everywhere. And I got a 10-piece McNugget with the McDonald's honey mustard sauce. Hey, I hate this song. I was gonna say that because this is going on my second channel, that I could play music on the radio because I don't care about copyright claims, and then 21 Pilots comes on and I don't want to listen anymore. Anyways, I'm just gonna eat and maybe talk. I don't really know what this video is. I don't even know if I'm gonna post this, but I do know one thing. I'm hungry and I want to eat I need a better setup for this, honestly. Oh yeah. Okay. This is not my finest work. I gotta be honest. I'm not really quite sure how I'm gonna do this. I don't eat in my car very often because there's not a whole lot of room in here. I have a small vehicle, Toyota Camry. Open the nugs, sit them on my seat here. I'm gonna go nug first here with the honey mustard. Honey mustard is an elite dipping sauce. Elite. Me and my friend actually were having a conversation one night about ketchup. We both agreed that ketchup is a pretty weak dipping sauce. It's very mid. I still use it, but given the choice, I use something else like ranch or honey mustard every time. Anyways, I don't even know what I was gonna say in this video. Giving me napkins was clutch because I did not ask, and sometimes you don't get them from fast food places. So you guys might have noticed that I've been pretty busy. If you follow me on Discord, I've had to cancel 2 streams. Basically, I don't know why I said I can't disclose why I'm kicked out of my house today. There's a realtor looking at my house because I'm moving and we're gonna be selling our house. And so the last couple days we've been cleaning up a lot because we don't want the house to look bad when the realtor comes and assesses the house to give us a price. Yada, yada, yada. If you've ever moved, you've probably dealt with this before. I have never moved like this because this is my original childhood home. So I've lived there my whole life, besides the brief time that I moved out and went to college for a year before I moved back home. Because where I moved was just not the right spot for me. But now, officially moving out for good out of that house. Has to be done at this point. I'm 23 years old. Need to get out of my parents' basement. You know what I'm saying? I will say, I will suggest to you youngins out there, when you go to college, living at home, it's way cheaper. That's mostly the reason why I've lived at home this long, because when I did move out, it was hella expensive. I ran out of money at one point. They're a good song on the radio yet? This is Kings of Leon. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Kings of Leon, the Bandit, pretty decent song. So the Big Mac is definitely my go-to from McDonald's. However, I would not say it is my favorite fast food sandwich. Wendy's had, I don't know if they still have this, but they had a pretzel beer cheese burger. It was a limited time item, so that's why I don't know if they still have it. They had it last year. Or, what year is it? Yeah, last year. Excuse me. They had it last year. And that shit slapped. And that is my favorite fast food sandwich that I've ever had. Also, if we're ranking, you know, fast food chains, McDonald's is also not at the top of that list. But McDonald's is decent. You know, it's always the go-to shit on for fast food. Like, people, when they shit on fast food, oh, no free clout, radio station lady came out and was like trying to do an ad read. Not happening on my channel. The only person who can do ads on my channel is me. This video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. It's not sponsored. That was a lie. You know, whenever I make a joke about being sponsored, because I've never been sponsored before, I always say that it was a joke and that I'm not actually sponsored, because you just never know what the law can do to you. I don't want to say I'm sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends as a joke and not say, oh, just kidding, and then their legal team be on my ass. It's very unlikely that would happen, but it's still a slight chance. So I'm constantly paranoid and anxious about everything in life. So that's just how I think. Anyways, ranking fast food chains. My favorite fast food restaurant is Zaxby's. Now, I'm not sure if all of you know what Zaxby's is. It's mostly a southern United States fast food chain. But that is my favorite fast food restaurant. It's a chicken restaurant. They have the best sauces. That's the key. The sauces is the key, and they do dunked chicken tenders, so you can get their sauces. You can get chicken tenders dunked in their sauces, like, completely. Not as good for eating with your fingers, but it's so good. So Zaxby's is my favorite. If you're ever in the South, because God, why would you want to come here? But like, if you are here, go to Zaxby's. If you're ever in the South dealing with intolerant racist people, go get some chicken at Zaxby's. Also, a North Carolina specialty, which is not just North Carolina anymore, but I believe it originated in North Carolina, is Bojangles. I'm not sure how many of you guys even know what Bojangles is, because that's definitely a Southern thing. But that is an elite fast food restaurant as well. Good old Southern cooking. There's a lot of that stuff about the South that sucks, but the Southern cooking is not one of them. Just like this. This is some good old Southern cooking. You can't get this kind of quality chicken product anywhere but the South. I'm looking around because I'm sitting in a church parking lot right now, and there's nobody here, but I'm just like afraid that some like religious nut is gonna come up to my car and be like, "What are you doing here?" So I'm like kind of just like on the lookout here. Is there a good song on yet? I think this is a Monsters and Men or something. I don't know. I don't want to sit here in silence, you know? So E3's coming up. I was discussing this on stream. because I totally forgot, honestly. And then someone in chat said, I don't remember who it was, but someone in chat said E3 in 3 weeks, and I was like, oh my god, it is almost June. And there's actually going to be an E3 this year. Obviously, there wasn't an E3 last year. I don't know if you guys knew about it, but there was like this little, just a teeny little global pandemic, so no E3. Speaking of global pandemic, I'm getting my vaccine tomorrow, my first shot. I will admit, I'm a little late, but we're doing it now. I have a fear of needles, so it took me a lot of time to work up the courage to get my shot. I'm actually very anxious about it. I do not like needles. I don't pass out when I see them. I just start having a panic attack, essentially, because I don't know why. Just one of those things. So that'll be fun. Anyways, back to E3. I had totally forgotten there was an E3, so now I'm invested because we got some new consoles out. I don't know if you guys knew about it, but they don't have that many games yet. I have recently gotten a PS5 after months of trying, and it's not much there, but there will be, obviously, because that kind of always happens with console releases, you know. Especially when the launch titles are meh, they kind of lose their relevance quicker if the launch titles aren't that great. But we got PS5's got Ratchet and Clank coming soon. I think June. I think it's in June. And Deathloop coming in September. That's really the reason why I wanted to get a PS5 before September, was so that I could play that game on my PS5 day one. Because that is, for those of you who don't know, made by Arcane Studios, who made Dishonored and Dishonored 2, and I love those games. But you know, Sony and Microsoft are gonna have to come with some big stuff because they really haven't had much yet on their new consoles. So I'm expecting this to be a decent, at the very least, a decent E3. I'm gonna be more interested in PlayStation stuff. Also, if Halo Infinite gameplay is shown some more of that, because that game comes out at the end of the year, and I'm a big Halo nerd, so I'm really ready for that. I'm working through those achievements. I'm gonna get all those achievements before Infinite comes out. In the Master Chief Collection, I'm getting all of them. I have like over half at this point. This is a decent song. Blackout Sun. I think that's what the name of the song is. I can't remember what band sings it. Yeah, but I'm expecting Sony to have a pretty decent presentation. I mean, they had the PlayStation Direct last year, and you know, Sony don't do standard presentations most of the time. You know, they do fucking flute guy and banjo guy, you know, from their last E3 presentation. That was in the same one too. I just remembered. They did what was first? I think it was banjo guy first in like some weird church, and then they moved it to the actual convention center, and then flute guy comes out for Ghost of Tsushima. That was a very interesting time. But that was a pretty kick-ass presentation in 2019, to be honest. Can't remember if Microsoft had anything good that year. I know that Nintendo had absolutely nothing in 2019. I don't know what to expect from Nintendo. That's the wild card, because you just never know with them. I don't even know if they're doing a presentation, if they're doing a Nintendo Direct or a Nintendo Treehouse. I know if it follows, you know, standard E3 conventions, Nintendo normally is on the last day of, like, actual presentations, not the event, because I'm pretty sure E3 goes for like 2 weeks or something. I don't actually even know if that's true, but normally, you know, it goes EA is like the first one. Nobody gives a shit about that. It's always terrible. And then like other companies kind of sprinkle in, and then Microsoft and Sony go, I think they normally do it on the same day, or they might do it like at night in consecutive days. I can't remember now. But I know that Nintendo normally goes last, and you just never know with Nintendo. Another thing that I saw on Twitter today is that Sonic the Hedgehog has a presentation on May 27th. I don't know what day it is right now. Today is Tuesday. I know that it's Tuesday, but I don't know the date. I never know the date. I only know the weekday. I always have to ask or look at my phone to check the date when I'm like filling out paperwork or something. Pretty much every time. I mean, seriously, like every time, because I don't care. When my birthday was this month, I didn't even realize it was my birthday week until my mom was like, "Hey, what do you want to do for your birthday?" And I'm like, "What?" So, I don't know what day it is. Time is a construct, so. Alright, well, before this gets too long and boring, I think I'm going to end it. I don't know what this video was. I don't even know if I'm going to upload this. But I had nothing else to do, so I figured might as well film myself doing something, extra content at the end of the day, if I can, if it's interesting enough. So, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.